Hi, everyone. So I wanted to kind of walk through this whole digital design program as I'm not sure that that was really covered very clearly during orientations. And from some of the questions that I get, it really has become quite clear to me that people don't necessarily, students, I should say, don't necessarily know what the program is about and at what point do they get certificates or they don't get certificates, etc. So I do have this website here. It's called justthemaclab.com. So you can kind of write that URL down there if you want to revisit this after this video. And this kind of walks through all the programs that we have. So if I click on the programs here, it tells you that here are the 4 programs, certificate programs specifically, that we cover and that is contained within the whole digital design program. And some of these classes as well, currently I believe it's 12 units, transfer to different schools like Mesa and City College. So if you wanted to go on and get a associate degree or one of their certificates from one of those colleges, you can do that. So to cover this, the Vector and Visual Design Certificate Program, what this is covering, and I'll click over here to kind of our shells here, but it covers 660, which you were in, which is the visual design, which is Photoshop. And then as well, it covers 661, which is the vector design and Illustrator. And so from there, you can get, if you complete both the 660 and 661, so Photoshop and Illustrator, vector design and visual design, you get the visual vector design certificate. And then it tells you here on the website that it does cover, Photoshop and Illustrator applications and covers 660 and 661. The next certificate that you can get is the Digital Design Certificate Program. For that, you need to take the 660 and 661, and I'm just going to go down to my dashboard here and kind of show you from here. But 660 and 661, and then you also need 662 and 663. So this is visual design with 660, vector design, which is Illustrator, is 661. COM 662 is page layout, which covers InDesign. And then COM 663 is portfolio, which also has you build a portfolio in InDesign. And then at the end of 663, you can publish your portfolio online. So you have that then for clients or prospective employers, design firms. You'll have an actual URL with your portfolio to be able to send that to various people in order to get work. So those 4 courses, going back here again, that is the Digital Design Certificate Program. You need all 4 courses in order to get this Digital Design Certificate Program. If you have taken some of these, so say the vector design, but you didn't get the visual design class yet, the next time visual design runs, then you can take that class and be able to get the Digital Design Certificate Program. The thing is that you need to complete all 4 of these to get this program certificate. And to get the vector and visual design certificate, you need to complete the visual and vector design, or you need to complete both of these. All right, then you move into, in the spring, you can move into the motion and video production program. We do ask that students at the very least have the vector and visual design certificate before they move into, and even portfolio would be nice, but for sure the Photoshop and Illustrator experience before you move into motion and video production, because you really need that foundation for Photoshop and Illustrator to be able to kind of take motion and video production and actually be successful with it. So the motion and video production program then covers, and I'll come back in here, but it covers 667, which is After Effects, basically. That's what this course is. So you have various assignments in After Effects and GarageBand and or Audition, depending on which audio you choose to use, but you learn audio and then you learn animation with After Effects and creating movies and so on. After Effects is the industry standard program application that is used for big movie productions, everything from, doing the animated movies, and any kind of special effects that are done in various movies that usually it is produced, those final After Effects and so on. And I called it After Effects because it is After Effects. So after the movie has been filmed, then it's tossed into After Effects to be able to create all of those special effects that you see. The next one here that you work with the motion and video production is the 668. So this is your video production, actually creating film. We shoot film in here in this program and then edit it and put various movies together. You guys produce your own movies. And then those two programs, so those two courses, create the motion and video certificate, motion and video production certificate. So that's kind of that part of it. Again, we do ask that you kind of have some kind of foundation in Photoshop and Illustrator, because you really do need that kind of editing experience in Photoshop and the ability to, be able to format and bring in JPEGs and format your vector, have some kind of a foundation in vector applications like Illustrator to be able to create some of the motion graphics that you're going to produce in After Effects, and then as well in Premiere Pro. And then the last part of the program is the Web and Content Management Certificate program. And this one is creating websites. So you're going to learn in here WordPress, HTML, CSS, Photoshop and Illustrator apps. We ask that you kind of have a foundation in that. Once again, you seriously need Photoshop and Illustrator to be able to take this part of the course. And then would help if you had some kind of understanding of basic design principles. So that's why we ask that you take that digital design certificate program first, so that, again, you kind of have an understanding of all these sorts of basic skills that you need to go in and actually be able to produce a website and work in WordPress and content management and learn HTML and CSS. And this particular program is 2 courses. And those two courses are 666, which I don't have. I don't think I have anything in this shell yet. I'm in the process. Oh, here it is. I'm in the process of kind of building that. So it's a nothing shell. But what it is a workflow for modern web design. And in here, you have different assignments for just kind of building optimization. I don't think I have anything under assignments yet, but you'll have things like optimization and making mood boards and flow charts and wireframes and all of that kind of information is going to go into this shell. And then the last shell then is that 669, which is actually working in WordPress, and you're going to have, assignments in here. Some of these are going to kind of be pulled out of here and so on, but I'm just kind of showing you that you learn how to do HTML and CSS and optimizing images and hand coding, and you learn how to upload your WordPress site using MAMP or WAMP, depending on, if you have a PC or a Mac and so on. So anyway, that is that certificate. So you've got 4 certificates inside of the digital design program. It's the visual and vector design certificate, your digital design certificate, motion and video production program, and the web content management certificate program. And then I'm going to go down here and just kind of click through a little bit of this. So some of you have already gotten through Photoshop. And these are just some student samples of what you learned and what we went through in Photoshop. Some of the, let's see, I think this is Out of Bounds project, something like that. So these are student samples in that. And again, and this is the color restoration, photo color restoration that we also produced. And again, you can go in there into this website now and click through and see all the assignments and upcoming assignments. This was the book cover. And then when we moved into Illustrator, everybody did a logo. So here are logos. Again, this was the COM 661, so vector design. So these are all student logos that were done. And then moving on here, playing card. Again, this was just learning brushes and so on. And artwork, vector design, being able to kind of create various designs using the brushes and just kind of working with Illustrator. This last one is posters. So all different kinds of posters. This now is moving into page layout. So this is InDesign, and since you have not, or you're just now starting in InDesign, this is the InDesign. I don't know the order of what the assignments are going to be on the other teacher's part in the in class, but this will be one of them, which is going to be creating an identity package using that logo. So you'll be doing a business card and a letterhead and an envelope that you'll create. And I would recommend that you go in here and kind of check these out before you kind of start doing your layout. This is a newsletter, so you'll be finishing up with a newsletter in InDesign. And then, so these are all newsletters. You're also going to be doing things like portfolio and PDF portfolio print in InDesign. And then you're also going to do a digital portfolio that you will do in InDesign. And then moving into motion and video graphics, I shouldn't say in InDesign. Well, yeah, you'll build that in InDesign, but I'm saying the second course there in that, or the fourth course is portfolio. So for the portfolio, you're going to create an interactive portfolio that will be actually uploaded to Adobe Publish Online, and that's going to give you URL to be able to send out to your clients and so on. I'm not going to go in and play all of these videos, but I would recommend that you go to justthemaclab.com and click through these and see what you're going to be doing for motion graphics and video production. And I'll just, play one of these short little 30-second ads here. So that was wonderful. But I would highly recommend you go into the website, justthemaclab.com, and click around here and view some of these. Some of these are just so wonderful. The women's health one here. I mean, all of these, I don't want to specify one over the other, but click through this. This was great. Loved this one. Heather did hers all on her artwork. This is all her artwork. So she, went in and created this video using all of her artwork and her characters. This is just a really fun one. I'll play that. It's just a minute. So that's great. Find your match with PetShelter.com. Anyway, click through these. The last one then, all of them just really fun. So take some time to go through them. And then the last part of this are the websites. And so you can click on these and it will take you to their actual website. And then you can go in and click through their website and get an idea of kind of what you're going to be building throughout, the web and content management part of this. So anyway, that's that. If you have any questions, I just wanted to do this up and kind of show you what the program is about, what you can expect in the future, and give you just kind of a little bit more of an understanding for those of you that were confused as to what we were talking about with regards to the certificate program, because during your orientations, I know the counselors didn't cover very much of this, as they just kind of covered student services and things like that, and didn't really get involved with what the program was about. So, okay, if you have any questions at all, you know where to reach me. And again, go to justthemaclab.com, justthemaclab.com, and click around. Get an idea of what is in store for you as you continue through this program.